What is going on, guys? Hunter here with Technical Gaming, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at this brand new game called Radical Heights. Now this is a game put out by Boss Key Productions, and if that name sounds a little bit familiar, that is because they are the same people who put out Lawbreakers last year, and of course that title is kind of known to be a major flop. Now, it actually wasn't a terrible game, it just did not have a very good following at all. Now, as you guys can probably tell, this is the next competitor in the Battle Royale boxing match. Now, you can play this game right now on Steam, but it is in what is called Extreme Early Access, or at least that's what Boss Key Productions is calling it, and basically what that means is it is not finished. There's still a lot of textures that need to be added to the map, and overall the game just looks horrible, which is one of the things you probably have noticed already, and that is probably my biggest gripe so far. I really hope that they are planning to do a huge graphics overhaul whenever they get closer to actually releasing this game, because it looks terrible, and I'm assuming they are, but I really don't know. Maybe they are kind of going for this older looking aesthetic, but I really hope not, because if they do, I think that's going to be one of the biggest turnoffs when it comes to this game. Now, one important aspect that I kind of forgot to mention is that this is a free-to-play game, so it's free-to-play right now, and it will be later on, of course, as well. But one of the big controversies that's kind of along with this is that there is a $15 like Founders Edition type of pack that you can pick up right now with this game, and please don't pick that up. It's really just a way to get money out of you. There's also microtransactions in this game right now. Now, none of it is pay to win, it's all cosmetic, but it really does kind of suck seeing that they're just pushing this game out in extreme early access. There's textures that are not even finished, and they have microtransactions in the game. And my recommendation is just please do not buy the microtransactions. It's just not worth investing in this game at the moment. You have no clue where this game is going to go and what it's going to turn out to be, if it actually becomes an actual success or if it stays in this awful stage of early access forever. So don't invest in this game. Don't buy any of the microtransactions right now. Now, I do want to quickly talk about one other controversy about this game before I talk a little bit more about the game itself, and that is that everybody's upset because there's another Battle Royale style game coming out, and people are kind of upset at Boss Key Productions because they're just like, wow, you're just following the money. And I really don't get why people are so upset about this, because what this means for us is there's going to be more competition, and that competition leads to a better product for us. So one of the least things I'd be upset about with this game is that it's a Battle Royale game. As long as people can keep on innovating and keep on making things different and cool and fun, then I'm totally fine with that, and I don't understand why people are just so upset about this. But that's all the controversy I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to give my opinion on it, but let's actually talk about the game more now. So first off, one thing you'll notice whenever the game starts is that you don't fly in a bus or a plane or anything like that. So as soon as you're loaded in, you're actually already going to be falling out of the sky, and I'm not sure if I like this or dislike this, but I do think it might actually work out pretty well, because this could spread out players a little better. So you don't actually have a parachute either. You just fall to the ground and you do a flip whenever you land on the ground. So obviously this game is not going for realism by any means. Now, once you land, you're going to find yourself in some familiar gameplay. You're going to be looking around for weapons and backpacks and helmets and armor and all this other kind of stuff. And in that regard, it's actually a little bit more like PUBG, because it does have that little bit more in-depth looting and inventory system, because you do have to find backpacks to hold more items. You do have to find like weapon slots to hold more weapons. So it's pretty cool. I actually like that. There's also like a lot of different types of guns in this game, so you have multiple different variations of shotguns, and there are weapon variants. So you do have like the purple and the gold, and it's actually very similar to Fortnite in that aspect, because you do have you have your gold weapons, you have your purple weapons, you have your blue weapons, green weapons. They actually even copied the same color scheme, I guess, so everybody would automatically know it. So yeah, you do have a little bit of mixture of Fortnite and PUBG in this game. Now, I'm pretty sure I haven't mentioned this at all somehow, but if you haven't realized at this point, this is an 80s style game, which I kind of like. It gives it a very unique sort of theme, and it's a little bit different from every other Battle Royale game. So I do like that they're giving it this 80s theme, and they're going very hard with this theme. There's a lot of cheesy like references and stuff like that. A lot of 80s style music and dancing and all this stuff. And yes, you can dance just like you can do like emotes and stuff in Fortnite.
Let's get this thing started!
and it's awful. I just want to tell you guys that. But one of the things that I do like with this 80s theme is they've done like a lot of cool stuff around the map with this. So you'll have like these little game show type things. Whenever you get into the game, you can step on this pad and it'll make a lot of noise and it'll attract other people around you. But if you are on this pad long enough, you can get access to this small room where you get like guns and ammo and stuff like that. So it's kind of that risk reward type thing, and you find that actually a good bit in this game because there's also these little like gift boxes that you open, somewhat like chests in Fortnite, but you find these gift boxes that you can open. And it does make a loud sound, but if you open it, then you can, of course, get the loot. And I personally really like that. It kind of lets you know what's going on around you because, of course, people are going to be opening these things and getting on these little game pads and stuff like that so they can loot. And, yeah, it'll just kind of help you figure out your surroundings a little bit more. And I really like that risk-reward type of gameplay. Now, one unique thing that I kind of like, but I'm kind of a little bit worried about, is that there's money in this game. So the way you get money is just by playing matches in general, but you can also find a lot more money by like whenever you go in stores, you can shoot the cash register and get money from those, and you can like find expensive items around the map that you can pick up and it'll give you money for. So you do have money in this game, and what you can do with that is you can actually buy weapons that you find in like these vending machines around the map. And the money is a more permanent thing, so it carries into the other games that you play. It's not just that one game that you gather the money. You actually get the money in that game and you carry it on to your next game. And you can't automatically just go up to a vending machine. You have to withdraw it from an ATM. So you can withdraw it at like $100 at a time. And that is how you get the money to like go to these vending machines to buy stuff and buy gear. So that's how it works. Now, the only reason I'm slightly worried about this is because if they were to make this in-game money to where you could actually pay for it with real money, then there would be a little bit more of a pay-to-win question. Now, I don't think that will ever happen just because the money is so easy to obtain in-game. There would be no reason to really actually pay for this money. So it's not really a big worry, but if it were to ever to happen, then it would be a little bit concerning, I guess. Now, one of the things I really do like about this game is the gunplay. I think the time to kill feels good, the amount of health you get with the amount of damage that the weapons do, it all feels like it belongs, so I think they did a good job there. Now, for one of the things I don't love so much about the gameplay is the movement in general. It feels a little bit just like too lightweight, and like your character just doesn't have any weight to him, something like that, and it reminds me a little bit of the H1Z1 game, or the King of the Kill game. I never actually bought that game. I just remember playing it on a free-to-play weekend, and it feels a little bit like that, and I'm not a big fan of it. I think there needs to be something changed around with that. Now, maybe that was the movement style they're going for, and they want it to be like that, but in my opinion, it does need to be tweaked a little bit, and if you guys have played the game, let me know what your thoughts are on the movement in the game. So another difference you're going to find in this game from PUBG or Fortnite is that instead of having a circular zone that gets smaller every time, you have this grid system. So basically you have a bunch of little dead spots that you're not able to go into, and eventually it does close out to make a small little area where the last 3 or 4 people will have to fight it out. But it does feel a little bit different, and I kind of like it, and I definitely like it for this game. I don't know if I would be a huge fan of it in something like Fortnite or PUBG, but I think it does really work well for this game. As for the map itself, as I've said before, it has a lot of textures that are unfinished and stuff. It doesn't look good. The graphics make it just look super old, but it does kind of have a really cool style to it. It has that older style 80s America, like Hollywood type of theme, and you have different areas of the map, so a little bit more rural areas, or whatever you want to call it, less populated areas. And then you have like your larger city areas that you can go into where there's going to be a lot more people. And overall, the map feels fine. There's nothing crazy about it, but it does feel good. Now, for my overall opinions on this game, it's actually pretty fun. Now, is it the best Battle Royale game that you're going to play right now? Absolutely not. Fortnite and PUBG are by far the better Battle Royale style games. However, for an early access game, it's not terrible. The graphics do look awful, I will give it that. They definitely need to work on that, and I really hope they do. I hope they're not planning on leaving it looking horrible like that, because it's running on an engine that can look so much better than it does. But, yeah, the graphics are just the biggest part for me right now. And it does have some small glitches here and there that I've noticed. Of course, they need to finish the texturing work, but I do see why Boss Key Productions wanted to push this game out into early access now, instead of waiting and polishing up the game and finishing it and releasing it later on this year, when there will probably be several more Battle Royale games out by that time. So they didn't want to get drowned out by all of those. They wanted to put it out now so people can actually start to know their name now when there's only a few Battle Royale games, instead of later when there's a ton of them. So I think it's a good move on their part. However, I wish they would have polished it a little bit more before putting it even into early access. I do hope that they continue to support this game like crazy. Like, they need Fortnite type of support on this game if they want it to be relevant at all. So hopefully we're going to be seeing update after update for this game. And if that happens, I think that this can actually be a good Battle Royale game. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something, and if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like down below. And if you've tried out this game, let me know your thoughts on it down in the comment section. I would love to talk about this game down there. And yeah, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.